So your 37 pattern webbing cross straps, basically it does what it says. It's a pair of straps that cross at the back, and then they come over the shoulder and they buckle to either the Bren pouches or the cartridge pouches, and each of the straps is long enough to pass below the pouches and the end dangles out the bottom. On the back, the cross straps go X fashion and pass through the buckles on the back of the belt, which leaves two dangly bits. These dangly bits, in conjunction with the front dangly bits, either go through the buckles on the water bottle to hold the water bottle, or they go through the buckles on the 39 pattern entrenching tool to hold the entrenching tool. Now, what we call the 37 pattern entrenching tool didn't exist until 1941. We had the 39 pattern entrenching tool first, and then when they sort of reissued the old 08 pattern entrenching tool, they made a bag that would specifically fit on these straps for transport. And also, when the large pack is worn, when the soldier goes from base to base, these dangly straps that come down are a handy place to suspend the small pack from. So as well as being load carrying and supporting the equipment, they're also a place where your other equipment gets suspended from. Now, unfortunately, they're supposed to be a pair, and dealers sell them like this as two items, and you may think, well, that's a pair. Well, no, it isn't, because a pair, at least one of them must have a loop on it, and through the loop one strap passes through a loop so that they're permanently in an X shape, because if you take these off like that, they'll just kind of come away from each other. It won't retain the X shape. So at least one of them, see, that's another one but a different colour, at least one of them should have on the back a loop. See that loop? That loop is about in that position there, so that when it's worn, that strap without the loop passes through the strap with the loop, and it retains the X shape when you take them off. So a true pair, one of them doesn't have a loop and one of them has a loop. That will be a pair. Those with no loops are not a true pair, but that's sometimes how dealers sell them. They see, well, that's one and that's one. One and one make a pair. Not a true pair though. So if you're doing your reenactment or whatever, at least one of these needs a loop on it for the other strap to pass through. So they are an essential part of your 37 pattern webbing equipment, because they pass through the belt, they hold the pouches at the front, and the extra bits of strap that dangle down either side of the hips provide a home for your entrenching tool or your water bottle, or when it necessitates, your small pack when the large pack's being worn. You'll always find a date on the maiden there, unless they've had the life blancoed out of them. Again, you find RAF blue ones. You'll find the odd one that's been white blancoed. An odd white blancoed one is generally used by military police to support the 37 pattern pistol holster when it's worn, and sometimes you get them issued to the Royal Navy in white as well. But they generally tend to be in this kind of worn condition because they were worn through national service in the 50s. They continue being worn by the cadets, so there's a lot of them about. Generally, if they're dated, the date will be under the strap. So post-war dated ones, unless you're one of these pedantic people who believe that all British soldiers ran up the Normandy beaches in 1944 and all their equipment was 1944 dated, therefore you must have all equipment 1944 dated. If you're one of those people, post-war dates are going to matter. If you're not one of those people, the only person who's going to see a post-war date on any piece of 37 pattern webbing equipment is going to be you, because the belt is always dated on the inside. If it's post-war date, nobody's going to see it. The straps are usually dated on the bit that's against the body. Nobody's going to see them. Only you're going to know that. But if you're one of these people who kind of believe that, oh, all my equipment must be 1944 dated. If it's 1945 dated, a lot of people have the opinion it never took part in World War II. So that's the 37 pattern cross straps. Simple, but a much necessary part of your webbing equipment. Bye for now.